keeping with the tradition of what my predecessor John Shirley has said every year of the program, whether you're number 1 or number 100, you should be proud to be part of the Bulldog 100 class of 2022. Congratulations to each of you.
Number 82, Turknett Leadership Group, Tucker, Georgia. Lyn Turknett, class of 1966 and 1969, and Robert Turknett, class of 1969 and 1971.
Bob and Lyn, congratulations on being recognized in the prestigious Bulldog 100.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a tremendous honor. Talk about the mission of the company.
Well, I would say, and there are many ways, I think, to describe it. For me, though, it's building character-based leaders. Leaders who building the leadership character in every leader we see. And I firmly believe that as we do that, as we change leaders and change organizations, it makes everybody spends so much time at work, so much time at work, especially in this country. And it makes their life more meaningful and their workplace better.
And I would add to that character-based leaders and character-based cultures where everybody can thrive. And that's so important. We focus on everybody thriving. Companies that do that well, from my experience over the past 30 plus years, they're successful because it really pays off because people are productive.
You met at UGA, I believe. So talk a little bit about your story, how you met, and what's behind that.
Well, I'll start off. I was in graduate school, and Lyn was also. And at a friend's house who was married, he was also the same year as me in graduate school. He just got married young, at a fairly young age. And I had become close friends with him and his wife. And I was lamenting to them that felt like I thought I would get married say when I was 25, something like that. It was in my mind. So I was like older than that now, and I'm saying, I'm not sure.
26.
Like 26. I'm not sure.
Way older, 26.
Anybody to marry. I said, I've dated this girl for a year, this other person for a year, but I just can't seem to find anybody that I click with. And he said, well, there's this really bright girl in my class, and I said, I know that she's going to be at this party on Saturday night, and you don't know him very well, but you know the guy giving the party. Why don't you call him and get yourself invited? So I called him, got myself invited, and the rest is history, although there's a few more stories we don't have time to go through today. But the rest
Not
is history.
quite that unblemished.
Our
but-
first date was a Bulldog game.
Well, our
Houston-
first
Houston.
real day.
Real day. Houston
Right.
versus
Yeah.
Georgia. So
Yeah.
Fun day.
That's
I
a
don't
great.
think we were ever apart after that.
So that was the beginning.
That was a big
Now you've been married 52 years?
Yes,
Right.
well, 53 on February 1st.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that's a achievement in itself in this day and age. Lyn, did you want to add anything to the story? Did Bob tell it correctly? How did you get to the party? I guess I should ask.
I was probably better friends with the person giving the party.
Okay.
I was already.
I think you were in
playing.
class with him and so forth, so you knew him from classes. Right.
So, we're a lot of people from UGA, home of the new national football champs. We should get that in. A lot of people from UGA may be listening to this. So, talk about.
Yeah, I had on my UGA jacket.
Oh, there you go. Let's
Take it off, got one.
check it.
Still celebrating.
Right. Talk about how UGA and the education there, because you both have degrees from there, 2 degrees from there, how it prepared you for starting this business and really other parts of your life too.
Yeah, let me, one of the things I think that's been a great fit for us is that we both have degrees in behavioral science, but in different parts. So Bob has a psychology degree, which is more individually focused, and I have a sociology degree with a specialty in workplace psychology. And that gives you the organization-wide cultural lens. So putting that together has been a really good fit. And I think both of us feel like we got really good background in the courses we were in, and especially in our graduate program. But I also feel like my undergraduate degree in math was priceless. I can't do any of the higher math anymore, but just being able to quickly understand numbers, see numbers, that's really helpful in owning a business. And that was, Bob had some accounting and.
Yeah, I had an undergrad degree I was headed to an undergrad degree in math and changing business. But so in fact, I taught math and algebra for a year after college. But so we're both pretty well rounded in math, so in the hard sciences and in the physics,
Right.
behavioral sciences. So,
Right.
So working here myself for over 3 years now, I could see the benefit of what you both bring to the table in terms of your skill sets in math and behavioral science. So that's great. What about TLG makes it a Bulldog 100 company?
We were growing a bit when you took over, but you took over and accelerated the growth rate, and you did that during a pandemic. And one of the things that you did in the pandemic is quickly pivot and start those webinars before any other company was really, and now everybody's doing that, but they weren't at the time.
So this is something that I hope UGA students or past students will listen to. If you had one or two tips for them based on what we've talked about, or your life lessons, let's say they're getting out of college, there's lots of things, lots of distractions and all. What would your message be to the UGA students?
To me, the most important thing is recognizing how much control you have, how much responsibility you have to manage your own emotions. That you're in charge of that. You are responsible for that, and understanding that we love the quote. Epictetus. It's not the facts and events that upset you, but the view you take on them. It's not the facts and events that upset you. And that is, to me, that's a longer story, but Bob and I were introduced to that line of thinking when Bob was chief psychologist in Kentucky. And it was a powerful experience for us. Bob had a boss at the time who was the boss from hell, and that made a huge difference in our lives.
Chapter 4, and I goes into detail about that, because Albert Ellis, a well-known psychologist, created a whole theory and framework and model around that Epictetus' quote. And so that's what we did in chapter 4 about. But it's very helpful and useful. And I would say if a college student was going to start somewhere, I'd just start with reading that, because it'll resonate. It'll resonate in terms of the experiences they've been through and how they might have been approached that differently if they have similar experiences.
And obviously, mindfulness is helpful in that. There are many things that make a difference in the quality of your emotional life, but recognizing your own responsibility, managing your emotions.
No, that's
most
great.
important.